Harry's list of demands?
So we've got 3 things on this wish list, supposedly, that would precipitate a possible reunion with King Charles. The first thing would be a reinstatement of...
Meghan stayed in California while Harry begged at palace gates. Not from indifference, from strategy. Every rejected demand he makes in London strengthens her custody position in Los Angeles. California courts document his instability. British courts won't help him. Charles knows this. He's not just denying Harry access to the palace, he's helping Meghan build her divorce case. One word from the king, no. Just handed Harry's wife everything she needs to keep those children forever.
The security for Meghan and Harry. We know that this has been a core issue for Harry in terms of not only his relationship with the royal family, but anytime he's come to the UK, of course, he had that court battle that he lost with the Home Office over security. Supposedly,
the real battlefield isn't Buckingham Palace gates or royal protocol. It's international custody law. Harry's attempt to bring his children to the palace reveals desperation to establish UK residency claims. Legal experts understand what Harry's trying, create precedent for British jurisdiction over his children. But Charles saw through it immediately. By refusing palace access, he's forcing Harry to make an impossible choice: abandon the UK forever or risk losing his children to California courts.
the top of his list is that he wants that to be reinstated. I mean, I think at this point it would have to be just paid for by the king personally, because there would be no way for them to reinstate it through the, I guess, the sovereign grant or anything. It would have to come from Charles. Second on the list.
Harry's fatal miscalculation was believing emotional manipulation would override institutional strategy. He thought bringing children to the palace would soften Charles's position, create public sympathy, force family reconciliation. But he's fighting yesterday's war. The monarchy doesn't operate on sentiment anymore. They operate on survival. Charles understood that letting those children through palace gates creates legal precedent, media expectations, and succession complications that could haunt the institution for decades.
Is that Harry wants guarantees that his privacy will be protected. I don't know about that. I mean, kind of maybe implying that, you know, Charles would be doing the leaking. I think that if anyone is leaking to the media and betraying privacy, I don't know. I think
the three demands Harry presented reveal his complete strategic bankruptcy. Reinstatement of security funded by taxpayers for people who abandoned their duties. Privacy guarantees from an institution he publicly attacked for profit. Full royal treatment, including curtsies and bows after selling family secrets to Netflix. These aren't serious negotiations. They're the desperate bargaining of someone who's already lost but doesn't realize it yet.
The calls coming from inside the house.
Absolutely.
And the third thing, and I think this might be the hardest pill to swallow for the royal family, Harry wants full royal treatment for himself and Meghan.
No.
Curtsies, bows, HRH.
No.
It's a toll, yeah.
Meghan's silence during this UK visit speaks volumes strategically. She's not absent from emotion or disinterest. She's establishing California as the children's sole residence while Harry creates UK instability. Every day he spends fighting British battles without her strengthens her custody position. If divorce proceedings begin, she can claim he abandoned the family home for delusional royal fantasy. The children never leaving California becomes her strongest legal weapon.
A tall task. I don't know. I don't really see this one. I can't see the king going for this, but I mean, supposedly that's his list, 3 things.
They're the demands after, you know, exiting the royal family, flying off to California, all the Netflix deals and...
Here's what nobody's discussing. The legitimacy questions resurface precisely because Harry tried to force palace acceptance. By demanding royal acknowledgement of children whose births remain mysteriously documented, he's reactivated every suspended investigation. The palace's refusal isn't just protocol. It's self-protection from potential future scandals. Charles knows accepting these children officially means accepting whatever truth might emerge about their origin.
And the memoirs, my goodness.
Right.
Now, ex-royal butler Grant Harold has shared new details about Harry's romance with Chelsea Davy, including their secret double dates with Will and Kate. Now, of course, what do we think how Meghan Markle will be feeling with these revelations? Is she...
The custody trap extends beyond geography. Harry's creating evidence of instability with every rejected demand, flying to Britain alone, making impossible requests, getting publicly humiliated. California family courts catalog everything. Meghan's legal team documents each episode as evidence of Harry's deteriorating judgment. She's building a case without lifting a finger, letting Harry destroy his own parental credibility through desperate palace attempts.
Upset?
I don't think Meghan would like these new details. So, of course, Grant Harold recently released a book, which we talked about. He spoke a little bit in the book about the relationship with Chelsea, but he actually has become even more candid since the book's come out. So he was at a release party for the book.
Consider the psychological torture Charles inflicted with one word: no. Harry flew across the Atlantic believing his children were his leverage, his pathway back to relevance. That rejection didn't just deny palace access. It destroyed Harry's entire strategic framework. He has no moves left, no cards to play, no threats that matter. The king just demonstrated Harry's complete powerlessness, using his own children as the demonstration. The witness list matters strategically. William, Catherine, Camilla, all stayed silent, neither supporting nor opposing. This unanimous family front sends a message. Harry's not facing his father's decision. He's facing institutional consensus. There's no ally to cultivate, no relationship to exploit, no family member to manipulate. The palace has become an impenetrable wall of coordinated rejection. What's particularly brilliant is how Charles weaponized royal protocol itself. He's not being cruel or vindictive. He's simply following established procedures that existed before Harry was born. This transforms personal rejection into institutional inevitability. Harry can't claim discrimination when he's being treated exactly as protocol demands. The rules themselves become the weapon. The international implications multiply the damage. Every Commonwealth nation watches this rejection, understanding its meaning. If the king won't accept these children in the palace, why should Canada, Australia, or New Zealand recognize their titles? Charles just signaled to every Commonwealth realm that these children exist outside official recognition. That's not just family rejection, it's global institutional exile. Financial consequences cascade from this rejection. Harry's entire post-royal business model depends on maintaining connection to the institution. Netflix bought access to royalty, not California outcasts. Speaking agencies booked a prince, not a palace reject. Every locked gate, every refused meeting, every denied request diminishes his market value. Charles knows this. He's conducting financial assassination through protocol. The California versus Crown custody battle Harry's allegedly planning becomes impossible after this rejection. British courts won't assert jurisdiction over children the palace won't acknowledge. American courts see a father who abandoned his family for rejected royal fantasies. He's created the worst possible position. No British authority to claim, no American stability to demonstrate. Meghan wins by default. Future royal crises will study this as masterclass in institutional defense. Don't argue with attackers. Don't negotiate with defectors. Simply close doors and let them exhaust themselves banging against walls. The energy they waste fighting for entry becomes evidence of their desperation. Their public humiliation becomes self-inflicted through their own efforts. The template for destroying prodigal returns is now established. Let them announce their arrival. Let them make demands. Let them believe they have leverage. Then simply say no and watch them implode publicly. No explanations, no negotiations, no compromises, just institutional silence backed by centuries of protocol. The returner destroys themselves trying to breach impenetrable traditions. Harry's specific psychology made this strategy perfect. His need for validation, his fury at rejection, his inability to accept diminished status. Charles weaponized all of it. Every refused request triggers Harry's rage, making him look unstable. Every public complaint seems petty. Every demand appears delusional. The king isn't destroying Harry. He's creating conditions where Harry destroys himself. The children become the ultimate casualties, but not how Harry expected. He thought they were his path back to royal relevance. Instead, they're now symbols of his complete exile. They'll grow up knowing the palace rejected them, not because of who they are, but because of what their father did. That's a burden Harry created, not Charles. The king just refused to pretend otherwise. This marks the end of Harry's strategic options. He can't threaten more revelations. He's exhausted his material. He can't promise reconciliation. He's proven untrustworthy. He can't leverage his children. They've been rejected. He can't claim discrimination. Protocol was followed. He's strategically naked, without weapons, leverage, or moves. Charles achieved this with one word: no. In your own life, this teaches the power of institutional protocols as weapons. When someone demands exceptions, following standard procedure becomes your strength. You're not being personal or cruel. You're simply following established rules. This transforms emotional manipulation into procedural impossibility. The attacker exhausts themselves fighting systems, not people. The universal lesson transcends royal drama. When someone who betrayed trust demands restoration, the most powerful response isn't anger or negotiation. It's procedural indifference. Treat them exactly as rules require, nothing more, nothing less. They'll destroy themselves demanding special treatment, while you maintain perfect institutional composure. Charles didn't win through brilliance, he won through bureaucracy. What King Charles demonstrated isn't just royal authority, it's how institutions survive individual attacks. By refusing to make Harry's crisis institutional, he contained the damage to Harry alone. The monarchy continues unchanged, the protocols remain intact, the gates stay closed, and Harry remains what he chose to become, an outsider shouting at walls that will never open, using children as battering rams against doors that don't care.